Hello, future officers. I welcome to all of you to iTube classes. My name is Sitendra Chaudhary, and in this little video, I'll be talking about an editorial which was there in the Hindu newspaper today. And this editorial talks about a very important crisis and issue which is going on around us. It is about ease of doing business. So let us start. This ease of doing business, let me just give a very brief introduction about it. This report or this index was released by World Bank. It was released by World Bank, and on the basis of this index, on the basis of report, actually what this report was doing, this report was telling to the whole world that business environment in a particular country is good or not. That was the thing about it. And this lady here, as you can see, this incident happened in 2017 and 18. At that point of time, she was heading the World Bank, because this report is released by the World Bank, and she did some fraud when she was heading the World Bank. So in this video, I'll be talking about that fraud, how that fraud is connected to China, and how is the impact of that report is in India, and what type of policy we take according to that report in India. So we'll be talking about that in this video. But before moving forward, let me show you a very interesting table here. So in this table, we can clearly see a data from 2013 to 2019 and 20. And if you look at this column, this is the ranking of India on ease of doing business report, which was released by World Bank. We can clearly see that in 2013 and 14, India's rank was 134. But in 2019-20, it is 63. So it seems to us very good performance of India when it comes to ease of doing business index. But if you look at the second column here, it talks about the GDP growth. In 2013, it was 5%, later on 7.9, 13.1%. In 2019 and 20, it was minus 2.4%. So here is a contradiction. On one side, from the first column, we can conclude that India's ranking is improving here in this first column, and in second column, India's GDP is going down. How this is possible? On one hand, our ranking is improving, and on the other hand, our GDP is declining. So this is a contradiction. From this small topic, or from this small data, we can clearly conclude that this report, this ease of doing business report, is not I would say foolproof indication of a performance of a country. So what was the whole issue? Let me tell you a few data here and there. World Bank Group, now after this, there was an investigation going on, and in that investigation we found that there was this fraud going on, and after so much of allegations and the fraud, when it came out, finally World Bank decided that World Bank is not anymore going to release ease of doing business report from next year, because there are allegations on this lady, and her name is Kristalina Georgieva. Right now she is heading the IMF. Earlier she was in the World Bank. So we do not know what kind of activity she is doing in IMF, but yeah, when she was in World Bank, there was this fraud. Now, what was there? This ease of doing business report is actually focusing on the market freedom. It talks about the free economy. So it ranks countries on the basis of their freedom in terms of economy. And what is the basis of ease of doing business report? Basis is this, Hernando de Soto's theory. On the basis of this theory, this ease of doing business report is released. And this theory was given by a Peruvian economist. That was the name of him, Hernando de Soto. So that's why this theory is after his name. And he told us two parameters on the basis of which we can say if an economy is free economy or not. One parameter was property rights, and the second parameter was state interventions. If in a particular country, property rights are liberal, if people can have their own property, they can own their own business, they can use their resources according to their advantage, it means that country is following a free market economy. Second is state intervention. If the intervention from the government is minimum in a particular economy, then that is called a free market economy, and we can call it a capitalist kind of economy, where state or government, they do not interfere in the economic transactions or activities that much, है ना. It was given to us by Adam Smith, and he was an advocate of the free market economy, capitalist kind of economy, you can clearly say, है ना. So that's, these are the two parameters on the basis of which we can say that a country is following the free market or not. If you have property rights, and if government is intervening very minimally, that is the free market economy. But here is the fault. What is the fault in this report? First fault was the transparency. Everybody knows that China does not have proper property rights. People cannot own property as much as they want. There are so much of regulation on the owning of property in China, especially when it comes to production. When it comes to production, these rights are not there. Everybody knows that. But despite this fact, China's rank was very good on ease of doing business report. So it sounds to us that there is some fraud going on because criteria are not fulfilled. Despite of that, China's rank is very good. Second fault in this report is about the political leaning. We very well know that ease of doing business talks about the free market economy. So in those countries where such governments are in power which follow free market economy, their rank is improved. Let's take an example of China. Earlier in Chile. Take an example of Chile. Earlier in Chile, there was a government in power which followed some kind of policies which were little bit liberal or open. But later on in Chile, a different kind of government came, and it was a socialist kind of government. But no policy was changed in Chile. There was a similar policy in both the government, but still rank was reduced. Why? Because of the nature of the government, because of the political leaning of the government. So this report doesn't tell us about the real condition of the economy in a particular country, because it can be influenced by the political power there in that particular country. Suppose today BJP government is there and it is very kind of liberal and it believes in opening up the economy, so rank is improved. And suppose in future Congress government comes into power which has more of a socialist leaning, so now India's ranking is going to be declined because they have a socialist kind of leaning. So that is why this report cannot be completely trusted. Okay, what about the strong leaders? Strong leader like Mr. Jinping. Mr. Jinping was so strong, he influenced this report. And when he influenced this report, what this lady Christina did, she forced her staff, which was collecting the data and doing that sort of reporting and all that, she forced them to change the ranking of China. So China's actual rank was very low, but because she forced her staff, they improved China's ranking. And it happened in the case of India, I guess. People are kind of little bit skeptical that because of the strong leader like Modi ji, this thing happened in India as well. Now, how countries use this ease of doing business report for their own benefits? What is the impact of this doing business report? Let me tell you about the impact. When like India or China, when they have a good ranking on this report, they show to the world, okay, look, environment opportunity are here. We are a very business friendly country. So countries use this ranking to attract the foreign investment. It is done in India as well. When India's ranking was improved, then Modi ji announced to the world, look, I have a good ranking, so you can come to India, you can invest. And that is how Modi ji invited the foreign investment, by using the ranking of this report. And this, on the basis of this report, domestic politics also changed. Sometimes what happens, let me take an example. Suppose Congress government or the opposition, they are attacking the Modi government, and for unemployment, for the low GDP growth and all that. So Mr. Modi ji shows them, look, India's ranking is improving. So you cannot blame our policies, because this World Bank, you cannot question the World Bank and the authority of the World Bank, and they are saying that India's ranking is good, so that is why you are wrong, I am right. That sort of thing can be there. Let me give a very interesting example here. While calculating the India's rank, you know what World Bank did? They calculated the performance only of Delhi and Mumbai. On the basis of the performance of these two cities, only these two cities, they calculated the rank of overall India. So they do not know what is the position in Bangalore, Kolkata, here and there. They only calculated India's rank on the basis of Delhi and Mumbai, these two metro cities. So that is why there were a lot of faults in this report. There are many other examples also. I have given you just 2 or 3 examples. Now, because this World Bank rank or this ranking was used for the domestic policies and international policies, that is why BJP government was very hell-bent to improve India's ranking. So what they did so that India's ranking can be improved? First of all, they changed our labor laws. Earlier, before this government, labor laws in India were such that government used to take care of the welfare of the labor, people who are working in the factories. So there were not hire and fire policies. Employer, the person who is owning the business, employer could not fire the employee on his own wishes. But now Modi government came. In order to improve the ranking in the ease of doing business report, Modi government relaxed the labor laws. Now employers can hire and fire employees anytime. And that is why India's ranking improved. Okay. Before this government, what was the scenario in India? Government officials used to inspect the companies and the factories without announcing in advance. So if they found, like, it's like a raid, so they go there, they raid and they inspect the labor system there in those particular companies. But now this is dismantled. Now what this government did? If a government official, they want to invest and go to a company, so first of all they need to give notice in advance. So first they give notice in advance, then they go for the raid and inspection. So this is a little bit, fishy here. You can clearly see. Critical safety regulations. Earlier, safety regulations were mandatory. Government officials used to go to the factories for the safety regulations, but now these are also relaxed. They do not go regularly to the inspection and all that. Then Make in India is also there. To improve the ranking, we introduced Make in India. Actually, it is said that on the ground there is not too much of improvement, but still these kind of things are used in India to increase the ranking in ease of doing business. What is the impact of all these reforms that Modi government did? In the name of reforms, actually it did worse than the better. According to this editorial, these are not my personal views. To be honest, these are the views of somebody who has written this editorial. So what was the impact of these policies on India? Impact was accident. Earlier, there was sudden inspection, unannounced inspection. So that is why factory owners used to be very cautious. But now, because they know that there is no inspection thing, so more accidents are happening now, industrial accidents. Because now employers are more relaxed. They are more, complacent now. Because they know that if a government official wants to come here and inspect, they need to give you advance notice. Protests are also happening because government is not taking care of the welfare of the factory workers. And we can clearly see an example in the Winston iPhone factory, which was in Karnataka. And we have seen that because laborers and the workers, they were getting their salaries below the standard salary. And even for a few months, they were not even getting the salary. Why? Because employers were relaxed. Government policies were such that they were not forcing the employer. So because of these policies that India took to improve the ranking of India in the ease of doing business report, we did more harm rather than the good. So that was the whole scenario about this ease of doing business report, which now World Bank is not going to dismantle this. So in future there is not going to be any ease of doing business report. And if there would be, then definitely there is going to be much improvement in that. How to calculate the data, how to collect the data, what are the parameters that they are going to use to calculate this report. So everything is going to be changed in future. And what is going to be the fate of this lady, this is not sure, because definitely she has denied all the allegations. China also denied all the allegations, but we very well know that how this game works behind the curtains, right? So, and this is something about India and all that. What could be the role of India? So definitely in the future, this particular government cannot use the this ranking of India's in this report and claim that look, we are doing good and this is a good policy and all that. So definitely in future, if we want to improve India's performance, then we need to take care of our employees also. So we need to strengthen our labor laws rather than relax them. So if we strengthen our labor laws, we can take care of our employees and employers, because employers are going to be benefited only when employees are going to be benefit. According to this editorial, this argument is proposed. So that was the proposition. So by this, I think now this is all covered, and in future if there are some other editorials and all that, definitely we are going to cover that as well. But for now on, this is more than enough according to this editorial. So if like this, you like this analysis, and if you like our videos, you can definitely subscribe to our channel, and if you like this video, you can hit the like button as well. And if you want updation in the future as well from notification from us, so you also need to hit the bell icon as well. So this is all for the day. Thank you very much. All the best. Jai Hind.